Hello everybody, my name is Greb and welcome to the Northwestern Minecraft Bros server. I have played on this SMP before, but I've never actually recorded it. I tried to last time and then I got bored. So this is the first video that I'm putting together and we'll see if I stick with it. Today I'm just going to go through and whoop, there we go, get all my things that I need so I can get started in survival. I'm going to quick build a little shelter because it is gonna get dark soon and I'm not about to die. Couldn't find sheep fast enough, so I'm gonna hang out in here and then dig the night away. So eventually we'll see Josh on here, but he hasn't joined yet, so it's just me, and eventually I'm hoping he'll join our world. He doesn't usually stick on SMP servers as much as I do. My friends, we usually will play through a world and get shops going, and our buildings are ridiculous. And the amount of time we spend on it is crazy, whereas Josh likes to play through it until he kills the Ender Dragon, and then he's kind of over it. So, not usually how I play it. Gotta get myself a little garden going, start planting some seeds, but as I started building this, I realized, oh shoot, you know what? I do not have a bucket, and no iron either. But I did end up making a bed, so that was a win. While I was building it, I've decided to just kind of keep going. But I lucked out because eventually my friend Enderscourge ended up joining the server and I was able to chat with him and get a bucket so that I could finish up this farm. So this was me chatting with Enderscourge, asking if he had any iron, and I was able to borrow a bucket from him. I just haven't found any iron yet. Like, I've been digging a lot off camera, just trying to get some resources and get started. And I feel like since it's updated, iron is a lot harder to find. Maybe that's just me and maybe I just suck at the game. But thankfully, Enderscourge came in and was able to throw me an extra bucket. So that was super helpful. Got my farm started so I could get going collecting wheat so I could eventually start breeding cows and get going on eventually what will be my enchantment table setup. So that was a huge help from Enderscourge. So at this point, I was just trying to get a bunch of farms set up. I did this one, and then I decided in order to make it a little easier, I'd eventually probably want some stairs to get up here. I chose this spot like right on the edge of the hill because I kind of have this thing about living right on top of spawn. I've done it the past 3 times we've done this server together, and so I guess I just kind of had to keep it going. So I built some stairs so I could easily get to my doorway and then decorated them a little bit with path blocks and cobble, just something super basic to get me started before I end up making my base look a lot nicer at some point. So this was just to kind of get it started, make it look a little more welcoming, and I thought it turned out pretty cool. All right, now I wanted to get a bunch more dirt so I could get started on making a second farm because my tiny little wheat farm was definitely not going to be enough. Originally, I thought I was going to do sugarcane, but I didn't do that. I also claimed the top of this hill. It had a really cool view where I could see Carl's little treehouse, and I'm kind of excited to see what I'm going to build at the very top of this hill at some point. But for now, I had to finish my second wheat farm, so I started building with dirt and getting the foundations for that going. And yeah, I ended up covering the rest of it with cobblestone. So similar design to my first wheat farm, but I just kind of doubled in size so I could start collecting crops a lot faster so I could eventually feed the cows that I ended up capturing. So this was my little tiny wheat setup, and then I started digging out a pit to start collecting cows, and so that was this little corner here by my stairs. I decided to go with a birch log, birch plank kind of thing. I'm hoping to put some dripstone at the top of these kind of awkward pillars at some point, but I haven't found a dripstone cave yet. I did some work off camera, collected a bunch of logs, dark oak and birch, and I dug out this whole area up here right on top of my little tiny doorway house thing. And I'm going to get started on my very first starter house to actually have a proper home. So we're going to jump around and eventually just, wow, magic. That was kind of terrible, but we did make a house, and so this is how it turned out. I like it. It's not my favorite build I've ever done, but I like how the window panes kind of turned out with that new mangrove wood. So I did that, and I can show you the inside a little bit. There's some stairs to what'll eventually be my little storage area. I guess I can decorate the sides here a little bit more. make it look a little nicer. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of what I've built so far, but getting started on a new world is always tricky. But anyway, this is storage, and up on the second story, or I guess third, is a little bedroom. I'll eventually like make it a double bed and make it look a little nicer up here, but for now it's just my bed in an empty room. I also want to put logs across the top to be like support beams, but I haven't gotten that far. So this is a very basic interior, but it is my entire house. So as the rain clears away, you can kind of get a view of what I've done today. And I'm kind of excited. I think it looks really cool, and I'm excited to see what this server ends up being like. So as the sun sets on the world, that is the end of this video. Thanks for checking it out. Bye.